Today we're going to talk about notation on the staff. So we start off and we have our treble clef. Our treble clef tells us what note is going to be what. The first thing we can see quite easily is that we have 5 lines on a music staff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for each of those lines there is a note that goes with it. So the rhyme that we use is every good boy deserves fruit. So our bottom line is our every line. Our second line is our good. Third line is boy. Fifth line deserves. Fourth line, sorry. And then fifth line is fruit. Every good boy deserves fruit. So if we get a note on any one of those lines, we can use our rhyme to figure out which note it is. So the first thing we have to decide is if the note is on a line. Then the second thing we need to remember is our rhyme, every good boy deserves fruit. So if we have a note here, simply all we do, we find out, yes, it's running through a line. We count up every good boy. So this note must be a B. Okay, so now that we know the words for our lines, we need to figure out what happens if the note moves down into a space like that. So at this point we can see the note isn't on a line anymore. It's not sitting in the middle of those lines. This one is in a space. If it was on a line, it would be either here, see how it's running through the middle of the line there, or here. In here, because it's 2 lines beside it, it's in a space. So, the word we use for space, you have one on your head. It is a face. So F A C and then E like that. So for our lines, we use every good boy deserves fruit. For our spaces, we use F, A, C, E. So with this, you're just taking the first letter, obviously, of each word. With this one, it's just these letters here. So if we have a note here, we find, okay, is it on a space or a line? It's on a line. Our rhyme for lines, every good B for boy. That note will be a B. If we move it up here, is it in a space or a line? So it's in the middle of these 2 lines, so it's in a space. The word we use for space is F, A, C, E. So that note will be an E, and so on. If we have a note down here, see how it's running through that line. So for our lines, we use every good boy deserves fruit. This is on the first line, so it's an E for every.